Hello and welcome to this video lecture. In this video, we will be talking about the effect of negative numbers, part 2. Cross cases, both negative and positive numbers. Be careful of a squared. Always be careful when dealing with negative numbers, including the cross multiplication cases, which are related differently to positive numbers and negative numbers. If we are given that a is greater than b, we cannot apply the rule a squared is greater than b squared, as we are not aware whether a and b are positive or negative. If we are given that a is greater than b, which is greater or equal to 0, or absolute value of a is greater than absolute value of b, then a squared is greater than b squared. This is true if both a and b are positive numbers. If we are given that 0 is greater or equal to a, which is greater than b, or absolute value of a is smaller than absolute value of b, then a squared is smaller than b squared. This is true if both a and b are negative numbers. For example, if a is smaller than 3, then a squared is smaller than 3 squared is not true. However, if a is greater than 3, then a squared is greater than 3 squared will be true. This is because if a is smaller than 3, a can be positive or negative, and we cannot conclude that a squared is smaller than 3 squared. For instance, if a equals 1, then a equals 1, which is smaller than 3, and a squared equals 1 squared, which is smaller than 3 squared, or 1 is smaller than 9. However, if a is negative 4, then a equals negative 4, which is smaller than 3, but a squared, which equals negative 4 squared, is not smaller than 3 squared, or 16 is not smaller than 9. In the other hand, if a is greater than 3, we are certain that a is a positive number, and a squared will always be greater than 3 squared.